Now we're going to take a journey into discovering our values. Values are qualities and principles that we hold dear. They're ideals that we strive for. Values really drive everything in our lives. They drive our thoughts, our actions, our beliefs. They kind of give us a sense of how we see the world and how we see other people in the world. Understanding our core values puts a special power in our hands. The power to know ourselves, the power to gauge situations carefully, the power to think before acting, and the power to choose wisely. Clarifying and expressing your life in alignment with your core values is a primary step in being happy and successful, especially in your career. Like I said before, values drive our lives. They are at the heart of who we are, how we act in relation to others, and how we see the world. That's why knowing our values is so important. Now, values come in all shapes and sizes. There are many, many of them. In fact, in our resource section that we're going to get to in a minute, you'll see there's over 60 values that you can explore to see how they fit in your life. Now, we're going to take you through a 6-step process. And once again, at any time, feel free to pause the video. Here's step 1. Identify the times you were the happiest in your career. Now think back. What were you doing? Who were you working with? Were you working alone or with others? And what were you doing? What contributed to your success and happiness? Now remember, pause at any time. Here we go into step 2. Identify the times you were most proud. So we just talked about when you were most happy. Now, when were you most proud? And these questions. What did you accomplish? Did other people share your pride, and who were they? And what was it that had you have this source of pride? What specifically were you doing, and what factors, other factors, contributed to this pride? Step 3. Identify the times you were fulfilled and satisfied. What need or desire was fulfilled? How did this experience give your life meaning? And what other factors contributed to your fulfillment and satisfaction? Step 4. Here we go. Determine your values based on what you've reflected on, your experiences of happiness, pride, and fulfillment. Why is each experience truly important and memorable? And what are the common threads as you look back in what you just reflected on? What ties them all together? That'll give you a sense of what you really value. Now in step 5, determine your top values. As I mentioned that list of 60, well, here's the time to use it. Choose 10 values from that list that resonate with the experiences of happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, and pride. So take that list of 60, circle, underline, mark, however you choose, highlight, choose 10, and only 10. That's important. Now, this next step you might think you could skip, but please don't. You want to make sure that the values you have identified really resonate with you in your life, your career, and your vision for yourself. So I want you to answer these questions. Think about, is this really who I am? Would I be proud to share these values with people I respect and admire? And would these values dictate my actions? Now, take that list of 10 and narrow it to 5. And those are what we call your core values. And I want you to reaffirm them by the questions that I just posed, and I'm going to say them again. Do these values make you feel good about yourself? Would you be proud to tell others that these are your values, especially those you respect and admire? And do these values represent things that you would speak out about and be willing to be in the minority? Are they so important to you that they would cause you to act courageously, even in the face of opposition or unpopularity? I know these may be tough questions to deal with, but they're very important as our values become our guiding light. Thank you very much for doing this work. I know it can get a little kind of hairy being so introspective, but I promise you it'll pay off handsomely. Thanks again for being here.